Welcome to Full Disclosure. While your mortgage might not be portable, this podcast is.
So December is a special month for our Lodestar Update segment. It's a time for us of finishing out our year, putting the cap on a lot of projects, and looking ahead to the coming year. Looking back on 2025, if you had to sum it up in one word, which would you pick?
I'd say growth. Looking at the company, there's just been a ton of growth in our team. Ton of growth in the company revenue-wise, just position in the industry. We've all just kind of busted our ass for the last 12 months. And you're kind of seeing the benefits of it. So really awesome. And everyone should be proud of that, as we see from our many 5,000 awards here, with hopefully a fourth one on the way.
Yeah, I think for me, I would say an exhausting whirlwind a little bit. So definitely we've done so much this year, from sending our largest ever team to ICE Experience at the beginning of the year, which is kind of our landmark conference for the first half of the year, to having the most attendance ever at our party at MBA Annual, over 800 people registered. And it just has shown, and all the little victories within, right? Like, I got to launch my book, or launch part of the book. We are able to, hit some of these really big goals that we set internally for ourselves, as well as new podcast,
Who is she?
new background. Who is she? And I think that's a big thing. I think one of the best things that we've done for ourselves is not allowing ourselves to think of anything as permanent.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that Jim pushes me on a lot, right? Of saying, like, okay, the podcast has served us in all of these ways, but how can we make it serve us better? And I think this is honestly a lot more fun for us, right? Like, this is fun and silly. And
from a content marketing perspective, the idea of nothing is permanent is both healthy and really overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think we've learned over several years of having some fresh ideas and having things move out and then new things move in, to sort of ride that hurricane and enjoy the process. But it can be a little stressful if you're new to it.
Yeah.
I think we had someone in for one of our favorite things when we brainstorm. We call it Wrong Ideas Only. And it's just a great way of getting started, because you just basically say, like, the funniest, like, non-serious idea that would just be truly awful you could. And it just gets people doing suggestions. It gets a lot of things on the board, and almost always leads us to a good answer. So we had team members do that for the first time, and they were a little confused. They're like, wait, this is what marketing does?
Yeah.
Good job.
It's always my favorite when people see it, because they just don't know how to, I think, interact with it. But at the same time, it really challenges us to think outside the box, because you're trying to say the most unhinged, funniest thing that you kind of can in that moment. And a lot of times it can drive you exactly where you need to be, because there's some sort of continuing theme that happens. It's like, oh, we really like this concept.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's a really great way of, like, brainstorming. And I think that says, that is how we handle our marketing. It's like, start with bad ideas only, and then kind of rein it in, right? Sponsoring the bathrooms became cure-all kits.
And we all wish certain companies would have maybe thought ahead of time how things should not be marketed before they release things. So that's always helpful. Looking ahead to 2026, what are you looking forward to the most, and what challenges are you anticipating?
Yes, in terms of challenges, I think they're just all
that's a great answer.
On the market. It's just, you never know, things always happen. We had, for example, in August, it was our benefits renewal, and like many people, our health benefits were going up 44%. So we're working with a broker now. We had to switch it. Those things happen, but those challenges, they're just part of what you're doing, right? So, there's going to be those where they come from, maybe market volatility, factors in the industry, competitors, all of those types of things always happen. But I'm excited to just keep, kind of reaping the fruits of all of this labor, and seeing our team continue to gel and coalesce. And, like, I feel like we have a lot of runway with the team that we have now. And excited to just kind of continue that. We're getting everyone together in person for the second time now at the end of January. So that's going to be really cool. That we have new products, continued growth with our title company. So just kind of moving on. That's in a really fun place now, because it's kind of in that, like, messy, like, toddler stage of a company that Lodestar's luckily, thankfully, grown past. But I get a lot of the, like, startup rush from that right now, because, like, the highs are high and the lows are low. Whereas Lodestar's kind of leveled out in a way that a 12-year-old company should. So.
Yeah. And I think for us, I have a pretty big surgery planned for next year, getting maybe a new hip, we'll figure it out. And I think, as part of that, planning for that has become such a focus for me, right? Is to go out for that period of time is something you should plan for when you can, right? And so I think it's going to be a really good kind of stage for the team to take on a lot more, to take on some more responsibility. And, when other members have done it within our teams, right, it's really allowed for this step up of growth for not only the person that's coming up behind them, right, but for them as well. So I think I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to see what comes of that, because I think it's going to be really good long term for my team.
The holidays are a really good time to give back. Alayna, I wonder if you could tell us about the program that we're doing with Lodestar Discovery and Feeding America.
Absolutely. And so we've always kind of loved feeding people. With my hospitality background, with Jim's Italian grandmother energy, feeding people is something we've kind of always been passionate about, I think, as people. And then, so for us to kind of pick a charity to work with, I think Feeding America just makes a really logical next step for us. And as one of our core values is community, being able to give back on a national scale, because Lodestar is this national company. We cover all 50 states, right? Being able to give that impact across the country, I think, is really important. So for every new user of our Lodestar Discovery product, which is, we have a free API for technology vendors to use to get closing costs. We have a free version of our closing cost calculator on Encompass and Path and Lending Pad. We'll be donating 100 meals to Feeding America. We've already been able to donate 10,000 meals so far this month, and we're running this promotion until the end of December. So we're really excited to kind of see those signups come in, as well as be able to give back in such a transparent way, right? We're being upfront and open about how this works and all that, and also, get to do this. It's fun.
Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe wherever you have listened to this podcast. And just remember, if you are in the mortgage industry or mortgage curious, please go and sign up for our discovery platform right on our website. Anyone who signs up via their LOS or on our Discovery API, we will donate 100 meals to Feeding America through the end of the year. Full disclosure, so nice we did it twice.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.